Greetings all, this is Dickie Adams with PocketNow.com, and today we're taking a special look at the Sprint Samsung Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, the Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch, or let's just call it the Epic Touch for sake of time, is the first Galaxy S2 phone in the United States. This phone is supposed to come out September 16th. It's a highly sought after or thought after device based upon what the reviews have been saying about the Galaxy S2 by itself. So let's go ahead and open up the box, take a look what we can find. Standard Sprint box here. And here's the device itself. Set that aside, we'll come back to it in a second. Take off the cover here. We've got our paperwork, manuals, guides, and the little plastic baggie to send back your now sad phone that doesn't live up to this phone. And a USB charging cable, sync cable, and the wall warts. Now the Epic 4G Touch has a 4.52-inch screen. It's WVGA 800 by 480 pixels. It's got 4 capacitive touch buttons on the front-facing camera. You all know what that is, I hope. Volume rocker on the side with a little lanyard hole over here. On the back, we've got an 8-megapixel camera with the flash speakerphone port. Power button. And then if we pop the back off here, the top here we can see the headphone jack. The battery is 1800 milliamp hour battery. 800 milliamp hour, which is kind of worthless. Micro SD card slot, but no included micro SD card, so you can expand the memory, but nothing is included by default. The back cover is it's got like a bit of a textured feel to it. Slides into place here. Snap back on. It's a little slick and kind of shiny, but the textured feel or look is kind of nice. It's got a little bit of a bump back here. Let's go ahead and turn this device on, and we'll take a look at what's inside. There we go. CDMA only phone with a WiMAX 4G, obviously. Dual core Exynos 1200 MHz processor. It's got a gig of RAM. Slide that open. Here we can see this nice screen. It moves very, very smoothly. The screen is nice and bright from what I can see so far. Launch applications here. Keyboard is nice and big, which would be nice for not having the keyboard as a slide out. Let's take a look at the settings here. So it's running Android 2.3.4, which we expected. And as far as available memory, now that the device is already started up, as you can see, there's no SD card in there. Again, total space, it says, is 11.5 gigs, and that's would be the available space as well. Looks to be a very solid device. It feels very lightweight in the hands. In fact, the weight of this device clocks in at about 129 grams, or 4.55 ounces. The device dimensions is 5 by 2.7 by about 0.38. It's one of the smallest phones on the market today. Compared to, say, the Droid 3, you can see that this device is just a tad longer. And obviously just a little bit wider and considerably thinner, especially it's about the size of the keyboard of the Droid 3 as far as thickness goes. So the Epic 4G Touch is supposed to be available on Sprint on the 16th of September 2011 for $199 on a 2-year contract. There are other sites that have been announcing some very similar pricing and some with a little bit cheaper, but really an overall good price for this newer device that's just coming out. The one thing I did forget to mention is that the 8 megapixel camera can do 1080p video recording, which we'll try out in the full review. So that wraps up our unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch from Sprint. Man, it's going to take a lot to say that every time. If you have any questions or comments or would like to see something specific about the hardware or software on this device, leave a message below and we'll try to cover those items specifically. Thanks for watching.